I'm waiting right here, baby.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back, of course, to the Time Bomb channel, and I hope all is good in your part of the world. Watch review of the Merlin's Underwater Fashion Freaks Muff Diver, and this model is the blonde muff. Yes, you heard me right. Your eyes do not deceive you. Probably the most fun watch you could ever want to own. However, horologically speaking, it might be a bit of a challenge for some of you. Let's just pause and zoom in. All right, so yes, let's kick off with something sensible like some key specs. So these watches come in at 42 mils across. Maybe add a couple of extra for the crown. It comes without guards. It's 11 mils deep. It then sits on 50 mil north to south. And let me just undo this. It comes on then 22 mil lugs and comes with 100 meters worth of watery goodness. And yes, as you can see and would probably expect, it is a quartz. These retail for around £70 here in the UK. And no, this is not a sponsored video. I paid for my muff. These come in a variety of colors, so it's going to be easy for you to pick out your preference. To note, the ginger muff always seems to be out of stock, so clearly everyone's favorite. And on the other hand, the spicy muff to me looks a little scary. These are pretty well put together, I think, considering the price point. Clearly designed to take a licking and keep on ticking. The case body is polished, so it's a little bit of a fingerprint magnet. The bezel is allegedly a 60 clicker, and the bezel insert, I think, then is aluminium, and the knurling is shiny, and it's so damn shiny that it is darn difficult to spin the bezel, making it, oh my god, almost unusable, and thus completely refuting the claim there is no muff too tough. This one is evidence to the contrary. And come on, guys, I think that's something that you have to fix on your watches. The crown is unsigned. Let me just pop that sticker off. And the action, let's just unscrew it and get on with it. The action is pretty decent. Looks good. It connects well. Yep. And then you've got a quick set date just at the bottom. Also, although date window, as is often the case, far too small to see and anybody really get any use out of it. The seconds hand, it's close-ish to the markers. Not too bad. I think we've certainly seen some more expensive watches with more expensive movements that don't get close to as close to the markers as this one does. So hats off to them for that. The case back is screwed down there with limited details on there, model number, etc., etc., and model name at the top there. The rubber strap, again, for 70 quid, is surprisingly good. It's good quality, supple, ribbed on both sides for everyone's enjoyment, and in addition to which you then get a signed buckle. Also, these keepers move. On wrist, let me throw it on wrist. I had a minutes worth of sunshine today, so popped it outside. Yeah, and here it is on wrist. You can cinch it down there to make it a little tighter. Yeah, my wrist is 7¼ inch, just for reference. I was going to say something else then, but I think I'm going to resist the temptation, otherwise YouTube will delete my channel. Yeah, as I say, on wrist, it's pretty good looking. It stands out, and is certainly going to be a little bit of an attention seeker. Note, however, that talking about the strappage, there's no lug holes here, so take care with strap changes, as there's also quite limited access then into your spring bars. So yeah, that's again, they could have left a little bit more space there, so just to get your tool in. The dial is clear. Let me just zoom in a fraction. So it features then some concentric circles leading you towards the center of the universe. And then you got your obviously your minute markings up on the Rehort, and as you can see, the date window then is also framed, and it's just there we go. No, wrong position. That's it. Yep. And then say the crown sort of re-engages okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. As I say, it's way better than the bezel. As I say, the bezel is. I appreciate that it's new. It's moving a little better now. I think yeah, it just needs picking back on and showing off and starting again. The hands, obviously, as you can see, are white and match the dial, etc. But I think they perhaps could have been a different color just to help them stand out a little bit. There is loom, and it's actually not that bad. Again, I think we've seen a lot more expensive watches with much weaker loom. Probably helped a little bit by the white dial reflecting back. As I mentioned earlier, after a little trim outside in the sunshine, it looked decent. And I think it would probably be, this watch is probably going to be right at home on the beach as well. So yes, a watch that is definitely designed to put the smile back in your, just get the hands out of the way, put the smile back into your watch collection. I think sometimes we watch nerds can get a little bit serious in our demands and likes and preferences and complaints about wristwatches, and sometimes the antidote to that stuffiness is right at hand, and I think that's probably the best way to describe this one. Yeah, horologically speaking, it's going to be a challenge for many of you. Christmas present for somebody who needs to put a smile back on their face and likes wristwatches. I mean, I couldn't think of anything better. But over to you guys. What do you reckon on these? Thanks as always for your time and for your view, and we'll catch you all in the next one.